What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, I don't really care about UFC 318 particularly, so what we're going to be doing is actually ignoring the card this weekend and just talking about upcoming fights in the future. But we're not talking about no main events, we're not previewing the best main events, the best top 5 fights in each division. No, we're talking about the unranked slash lower ranked bangers that you need to keep an eye out for, that you need to tell your friends about. Hey, tune into the fucking early prelims of this Apex card. Because listen, kid, we got fucking Torres Finney versus Azamat Bakoev on the prelims. You know, kid said his dream fight was in the Apex early prelims. We made the kid's dream come true. That's what we do here. Badass fight, kid. But yeah, we're going to be talking about 20 fights expanding across every division. There'll be less in some, obviously, because you know, there's certain divisions such as light heavyweight and heavyweight that are genuinely garbage. But yeah, 20 fights that you need to look forward to. If you don't know, this is literally the if you don't know, now you know. This is just Dana White's preview for if you don't know, now you know. And I guarantee you, come back to this video every time one of these fights is featured in Dana White's if you don't know, now you know. Anyway though, let's get started off with the flyweight division. First fight is taking place next weekend at UFC Abu Dhabi. It's actually a short notice replacement, and I honestly don't even think I dislike this fight more. I like this fight better than the other one, is how I should have worded it. Because let me tell you about this kid, Jose Ochoa. Kid's badass. No one's going to be talking about this fight. I don't even think anyone fucking knows this shit's happening. Ramazan Temirov popped for roids, and so he's out of the fight with Asu Elmabayev, which I was looking forward to, and again, was on the fucking prelims. Now this card's lost Movzar versus Aaron Picto, so I guess we'll be maybe getting this on the main card or something, who knows. But more likely, we're going to get, you know, everyone's going to be talking about the main event, everyone's going to be talking about Petr Yan, everyone's going to be talking about, you know, Bryce Mitchell versus Said Nurmagomedov. No one's going to give this fight a second thought, but we will be tuning in to watch Asu Elmabayev get slumped out cold. Jose Ochoa is actually really fucking good. And also, there's another fight that I'm about to talk about that is, my prediction for that fight is probably going to be determined by the outcome of this one. Because if Jose Ochoa, let's just say, if Jose Ochoa goes out there and fucking KOs Asu Elmabayev, I'll probably be picking Lona Kavanagh to beat Charles Johnson. Now I know I said Van versus Royval would determine my prediction on the fight too. That was before I knew that Jose Ochoa was about to get a top 10 opponent. So if he goes out there and I know it's a different matchup stylistically, but if he goes out there and slumps Elmabayev, that's going to tell me that Lona Kavanagh is actually really good. But this fight is sick. It might, stylistically, there's a chance it ends up being shit if Elmabayev just sits on him and just takes him down. But I think more likely we get Ochoa being dynamic early, either catches him on the feet, puts him away, or just surprises some people with the takedown defense. The odds are not out for this fight. I'm predicting Ochoa to be an underdog, and if he is, I'll be picking him. So everyone gets on my ass about not picking underdogs or favourites. I'm going to tell you my picks for all of these fights, and if they all happen to fucking be favourites when the odds come out, I can't do anything about that, can I? So anyway, let's move on to the next fight. As previously mentioned, the next one I'm discussing is Charles Johnson vs. Lona Kavanagh. This is taking place in China on August 22nd or 23rd, whatever it is. Listen kid, badass fight. Lona Kavanagh's one of these new gen young flyweights coming up. You know, you got Van leading the pack, you got Tyra, you got Jose Ochoa, you got Kavanagh, you got even Mikhaev, you know, off doing his thing in fucking GFL or something. I don't know where he is. Who else we got? You got Rafael Estevan's pretty young, I think. Andre Lima, Young Sung Park, Ray Saruya. I'm just naming off flyweights. Name an unranked flyweight coming off a win, and they're probably or coming off 2 wins. They're probably we had Felipe Dos Santos too, but he got cut for some reason. Even though I know he was coming off losses, but can the kid get a break? He lost to fucking Manel Cap, Andre Lima, and Lona Kavanagh. Why are we cutting this dude? He's still top 25. But regardless, Lona Kavanagh versus Charles Johnson. This is a sick fight. Charles Johnson used to just be the Charles Johnson throwaway Apex fight. Since he beat Van, and since he's kind of gone on a bit of a run, apart from losing to Temirov, this is actually you get excited for Charles Johnson fights now. I know he's not, for some reason they got Bruno Silva ranked above this guy. Van just beat Bruno Silva literally a month and a half ago. And for some reason, Bruno Silva, who's one like win in the last like 3 years, is fucking Cody Durden. I know Cody Durden beat Charles Johnson, but like MMA math, fucking guess what? Van beat Bruno Silva, and then fucking Charles Johnson beat Josh Van. So I don't know why Charles Johnson's not ranked. The level of disrespect, but we will be there watching this fight. Really looking forward to this one. Haven't made up my mind on who I'm going to pick. I'm predicting Kavanagh as a favourite. This is also, stop getting on my ass about underdogs favourites. I can predict that Kavanagh's probably going to be a favourite, and I will strongly consider Charles Johnson as an underdog. Anyway, let's move on. We got one more at flyweight. Alessandro Costa vs Edgar Chairez taking place on the Noche card. I just looked at that Noche card. That shit is ass, by the way. We need some better fights announced for that card, because apart from the main event, which is sick, the second best fight on that card right now is a rumoured fight between Rob Font and Raul Rosas, which apparently isn't even happening. And then apart from that, you got Jared Gordon versus Rafa Garcia. And we got this. This is probably like the third best fight on the card. So no disrespect, because it is a good fight, but Noche Fight Night, like, what are we doing? In an arena, like, as of right now, UFC Apex August 2nd is a better overall card. And this shit has like 7 fights on it, by the way. Claudio Puelles vs Joaquim Silva was just announced for that card a few days ago. Like, this shit is mid. But this fight's really good. Alessandro Costa, for some, I don't know if he was injured or he got popped or something, but he hasn't fought since fucking 301. Where he smoked Kevin Borjas, which has actually aged really well. He finished Borjas, and Borjas made it to the cards with Van. Borjas just fraud-checked Lazy Boy. Borjas is good, and Costa just took him down and beat him up and ground and pound TKO'd him. Chairez is pretty good too. He's coming off a win over CJ Vergara, I believe. I think he's got one. Is he coming off a win before that as well? Who knows? But Chairez is pretty good. He's fun. He's just kind of like a large ass. Oh no, because before that it was the loss to Van. But he always brings it. He's always game. So yeah, this is another fight to keep an eye out for. Let's move on though to the next fight and the next division. Next up this weekend, it doesn't really count, but I wanted to talk about it as well, just because it's not really getting a lot. Like, it is getting a bit of love, and I think there are some people that are saying like, why the fuck is this not on the main card? Why is Zell Huber on the main card over this guy? But Kyler Phillips, Vinicius Oliveira, it is cheating because they are both ranked, but it's like 12 versus 15, not top 10. I count not top 10. Otherwise, if you want some more fights that I didn't include, you got fucking Rinya Nakamura's fighting Nathan Fletcher. Jean Matsumoto is fighting Miles Johns. You know, those are some good fights. So there's some other good bantamweight fights, but this fight is sick. Like, I'm picking Vinicius Oliveira, and I'm picking him pretty confidently. There is a world that Kyler Phillips wins, because he is still quite good, and he has only really lost to, like, Rob Font. And the Barcelos wins aging well for him. But, like, I just can't ignore that Oliveira's beaten Simone, who's not washed, because he's coming off 2 wins, one of them being a flatline KO over Javid Bashat, who was undefeated at the time. Oh, no, sorry, he had lost to Zahabi, my bad. But never been knocked out. Never been knocked out, and he flatlined him. And then he beat Cameron Smotherman. Looked, whatever. But, like, he beat Smotherman, did what he needed to. But again, he just nullified the grappling of Ricky Simone, and then was able to just survive a first against Saeed, who's one of the more dangerous guys at bantamweight in the first round in terms of, like, winning, maybe not finishing, but winning rounds in the first. Sort of like a Zabit style-ish, I guess, but not quite as good. And, he nullified him in the second and third and just like beat him up and just gassed him out and won the fight, and was injured as well. So I think Vinicius Oliveira, if he shows up healthy here, the odds scare me because I'm like, do they know something? Like, is that a reason why Oliveira's not like minus 230? Because like, I'd be okay with Oliveira like minus 250. Just because I don't think Kyler Phillips stylistically matches up well. So if he's injured, maybe we'll see that. Or maybe Kyler Phillips will just be better. But if I see Oliveira getting fraud checked, I don't think it's to a Kyler Phillips. I think it's more to like a Song Yadong or some shit like that. I don't see the Oliveira hype train ending here, but this fight is sick. These two are just going to trade on the feet, I reckon. Going to be very explosive, quick, striking exchanges. So yeah, looking forward to this one on the prelims for whatever reason. Because, you know, Pitbull and Ige just had to be on the main card. Anyway, let's move on. Next up, Damon Blackshear, Davy Grant's taking place next weekend. Another random ass fight. I don't know why we're doing an Englishman versus a black American in Abu Dhabi. It is what it is, you know. Just proof, once more proof that this region has no good fighters of its own. So they stack cards with the closest geographical fighters they can find being from fucking Russia, which is like multiple thousands of kilometers away. But it's all good, you know. They'll bring out the sheiks who don't care about the sport and they'll fucking talk to each other while the fights are going on. This could be in America. Like, what do we do? This could be in Australia. This could be in fucking the Netherlands. Like, I don't know. Like, we could put this shit anywhere. But no, it's Abu Dhabi always. Anyway, though, it is what it is, man. But Abu Dhabi's fucking Saudi Arabia. Are they going back to Saudi Arabia or something? Or they're going to Qatar? Like, bro, this year we did a Saudi fight night in fucking February. I know it's not the same, but like Azerbaijan region, again, another country without many of its own good fighters. And then we're doing the Abu Dhabi pay-per-view as well. We got this Abu Dhabi fight night. We got a Qatar fight night as well. Like, what are we doing? It's just oil money, and I get it. We get sick cards, so I'm not complaining. But like, can we not just demand the sick cards in America or in Australia or anywhere else? No, all the sick cards just have to be for these fucking bums who don't actually care about the sport. Anyway, though. This fight's really good. Damon Blackshear, Davy Grant. This is just kind of like a crafty vet, unky sort of fight. Very solid. I wouldn't mind the winner of this getting like a top, like just chuck him against like a fucking someone in the top like 10. Give him. Look, I wouldn't mind the winner of this shit getting like Cheeto. That's all I'm saying. I think Davy Grant's fought Cheeto, but like I would not mind Damon Blackshear getting a Cheeto Vera fight with a win here. Because apart from getting KO'd by Montel Jackson. And I know that would feel like a step up, but maybe not Cheeto, but like, I wouldn't mind one of these guys getting like a decent ranked opposition name next, because this fight's really good. Anyway, though, let's move on. Next up, Danny Silva versus, let me talk about this kid, Kevin Vallejos. Kid's a savage. This guy's the next fucking champion. We will be dethroning Gene Silva after he shins our glorious Pookie Volkanovski. We will be getting revenge, and we will be winning the rematch and the trilogy. But I genuinely think Gene Silva and Kevin Vallejos is going to be like a generational trilogy that like defines the featherweight division in like the next few years. After Volt goes. Maybe Movzar just stinks up the whole division, but for the most part, and this is my point, and I've made this point with welterweight as well, list off like the rough archetype of like, list off the welterweight champions and like their rough archetype. A lot of them are like heavy like American wrestlers. American/Canadian or whatever with GS, but like heavy wrestlers, not so much all of them boring, but yeah, you know, heavy grind you out wrestlers, you know, Usman, you got Woodley, you got Matt Hughes, you got GSP, again Canadian, but more wrestling heavy style, I would say. And that's like the archetype of welterweight champions. The archetype of featherweight champions is like sick boxers, sick strikers, fucking Jose Aldo, Conor McGregor, Max Holloway, Alexander Volkanovski, Ilya Topuria. Those are our featherweight list of champions. Like, you can look at other divisions and be like, yeah, this was a bad time. Like, Adesanya, this was a bad time for middleweight, you know. Lightweight, you know, you had some dead champions earlier on, you know. Light heavyweight, we've had some dead champions, you know. Heavyweight, light heavyweight, we had to fucking deal with a bunch of years of John Jones split decisioning Thiago Santos, you know. Featherweight, we are not at a boring champion, so I am putting good energy out there that we will not have to deal with Movzar Pedluev, Movzar Grumluev and his fucking brothers. She was 17, it is okay, no religion. Like, we're not doing that shit. So, we're going to be getting Gene Silva as a champion. I know you guys don't like him, but he fits the bill of, like, sick, fun striker, cool. And then we will be getting Kevin Vallejos as champion in about 5 to 7 years' time, I will say, when he... late 20s, this guy's going to be winning the belt, trust. He might lose his first title shot, you know, kid might be green, kid might get there too soon, but I'm telling you, this kid's winning a belt. And also, this fight with Danny Silva is sick. Danny Silva's a very good striker, very fun, but Kevin Vallejos, we are on a different level. So anyway, let's move on. Next up, Doo Ho Choi, Daniel Santos, another one at featherweight. You're not going to see 3 of the heavyweight, light heavyweight ones, I'll tell you that much. But these lower weight classes, we got some good fights coming up. Doo Ho Choi and Daniel Santos, listen kid, that's a banger. How do you not give that fight of the night. This is going to be like an if you don't know now, you know type shit. And also, if all these don't end up being if you don't know now, you knows, it's because they're going to put all the, like, I'm not including, like, Gautier and, like, Dulatov and shit. Like, everyone kind of knows about those fights. They're just prospect setups. So, Dana White might be more likely to do those kind of fights for if you don't know now, you know. But I'm calling, like, this shit's going to be a banger. Doo Ho Choi's probably going to win, but, like, it's kind of crazy. Doo Ho Choi had, like, the fight of the year, like, fucking 17 years ago. I don't know when this shit was, like 2017 or whatever it was. A while ago, like way back with Cub Swanson. Alright? I don't know when it was. Excuse the casualness. I didn't watch the sport back then. I was 10 years old. But anyway, this shit was like, this dude's been around, been putting up bangers for ages. So I don't know. I think everyone's gonna kind of pick Doo Ho Choi, and I can definitely like give him the edge here, the lean. But if he's too wide of a favourite, I'll definitely be considering a dog shot on Santos. Because stylistically, it's like, I know Doo Ho Choi just looked great and finished Nate Landwehr. At this point, is Nate Landwehr phenomenal? Like, we kind of got to consider how much we rate Nate Landwehr wins. But Doo Ho Choi is fun as hell. So is Daniel Santos coming off the win over Jung Young Lee. But Jung Young Lee, to me, it's like, okay, he's just fought a Korean. He's about to fight another one. He's about to just fight a considerably better Jung Young Lee. So this will be a good fight. Doo Ho Choi will probably win, but again, it's in Australia. So yeah, whatever. Anyway, cool. Anyway, though, I don't know why this couldn't have been pushed back like 2 weeks to the Brazil card, but it's all good. Australia gets some fun fights, I guess. Let's move on. Next up, William Gomez versus Robert Ruchala. Now, a lot of you guys, or Ruchala, I don't know how to pronounce it. You guys might be asking, left line, who the fuck is this Polish guy? Who is this bald ass motherfucker? Or like skinhead looking motherfucker? Robert Ruchala's real good. He's KSW guy. They signed him, and I forget the name of the other kid. But UFC's doing some good work. They're actually making some signings and getting active, not just fucking filling the roster with short notice American, like, fill-in bums. Like the AJ Cunninghams. I know he's based, but like there's these bums, like the Jackson McVeighs. I know somehow he's undefeated, but like, you know what I mean? Like, we can't just keep filling the roster spots with like guys and then giving them like 3-fight contracts because they come in on short notice, so we feel bad when they lose. Like, no. If you step in on short notice, unless you make an incredibly... Like, if you get finished in the first round, you're under no, like, entitlement to just getting another 2 fights. Unless they were looking to sign you anyway. But if you're just some regional bum who's coming, like, off, like, 2 wins and 3 losses in your last 5... Can we stop giving these dudes, like, 3-fight contracts? Like, Jesse Butlers of the world and AJ Cunninghams. I should do a video on just these American short-notice step-in bums. Who's the other kid that, Zaleski Dos Santos kills? Zach Scroggin. Like, these type of motherfuckers, you know? But they've signed a few good guys. They signed the Polish guys. I think they're signing Shamrock or whatever. I think he's mid, but they're apparently signing Lucien Keita or Keta. I don't know how to say these guys' names. But he's from, I believe it's Fury Octagon or something. He's really good as well. And yeah, Robert Ruchala versus William Gomez. This dude's got a good record. He's 11-1. William Gomez is good. I think this is going to be a very technical, high-level fight in Paris. And you're going to look at these two and be like, this is going to be like the European version of the Weasels, Damir Ismagulov versus like Damir Ismagulov versus Guram Kutateladze, where the Weasel sees 2 Caucasus guys have a technical looking fight and just has an aneurysm. Like, you're gonna watch this and be like, yo, these dudes look like top 10, and then they're probably gonna lose their next fight, because that's just what happens, you know. Anyway, let's move on to the next fight. Next up, Fares Ziam vs Quay Fernandez. We're staying on that Paris card, but we're moving up to lightweight this time. I don't know why. We're not giving Ziam a ranked opponent. I guess he said he didn't want one. I think he did actually say that after his last fight. He wants to shore up his game and stuff. So I guess they might be like, alright, fucking fight whoever. That's probably their game plan, is like, alright, let's just give him whoever, probably give him a win on the Paris card, and then early next year we'll probably get him back in there against a ranked opponent. That's my guess. He should beat Quay Fernandez. But Fernandez is good. He did beat Guram, but it's like stylistically, is Guram actually good anymore? Guram put all of his fucking character points into star power in your corner and none into his actual skills. Because he couldn't defend a low kick to save his life. And I don't think Ziam, you know, it's Twigman Ziam. He's called that for a reason. I think his grappling is going to be way better. This dude got like taken down and dominated on the ground by fucking Mark Jacasey. So I think Ziam should have no trouble getting him down and maybe either subbing him or just writing out a decision. But Fight's still very good. Anyway, we gotta move on. Next up, this shit's a banger. It's actually I messed up the date. I forgot to change the date. This is August 2nd. By the way, is the date this is taking place. The UFC is actually committing a fucking crime putting this in the Apex. It actually angers me. Like, I'm not even taking the piss. I know some people say like, oh bro, you just like edgy sometimes, you trying to draw reactions, you rage bait, whatever, you just fake anger, whatever. No, this actually pisses me off. Like, what the fuck are you doing putting Esteban Ribovic in the fucking Apex? Again, they did it against Haqparast, and guess what? He had a fucking Fight of the Year contender. You know what? Listen, kid, how do you not put this kid back in the fucking Apex? Like, what are we doing? Just wasting bangers, and instead, Arena, let's fucking take a look at UFC 319, and I'll name a couple fights that we could have fucking put in this Apex card, and it had Ribovic on the main card. We could have done this on the Noche fucking card, put Jared Gordon versus Nasrat Haqparast, Jared Gordon versus Rafa Garcia in the fucking, Apex. All respect to Jared Gordon, he's coming off a KO, but like, he does not need to be in front of a crowd. We could have put, there's another bum-ass fight, like Norma Jamont versus fucking Raquel Pennington. That can be on this Apex card, I don't care. Like, I couldn't care less. Oh, co-main event, no, I don't care. I would rather understacked shit Apex cards, but then the good fights actually happen on the good cards, where they're in front of an arena. Like, shit pisses me off. 319, like, all due respect to the man, like, Bobby King Green could be in the Apex for once. Like, I know that's a good fight with CDF, but like, would we rather Bobby Green CDF as like the featured prelim, or would we rather Esteban Ribovic versus Elvis Brenner? That's a fucking trick question you don't need to answer, because if you answer anything else other than you'd rather Esteban Ribovic on a pay-per-view card after what he did last time, he's one of the few, Esteban Ribovic is one of the few unranked fighters that I would accept being on a pay-per-view main card against another unranked fighter. Like, normally you'd be like, oh, you're giving him a ranked opponent, like he's Rufy versus like Chandler could be on a pay-per-view main card, right? No, I'm talking like, I don't care, this dude could be fighting fucking Anshul Jubilee on the pay-per-view main card, I'd be accepted. Because he'll make it fun, he'll beat the fuck out of Anshul Jubilee. Like, Ribovic is awesome, and Elvis Brenner is sick as well. They actually are trying to kill Elvis Brenner. They gave this man Zubaira Tukagov, Garam Kutataladze, booked him against Ribovic, he escapes that, he gets a can. Then he gets Maitabek Orolbai, then he gets Joel Alvarez, and then he gets booked against Daniel Zellhuber. And now he's got Ribovic again. Like, are they trying to kill this man? He's going to get cut after this as well, and it's going to be sad, because he's fun, and he should stick around. But I guess they just don't care about these shootbox guys anymore. But this shit is so good. Like, I love this fight so much. It's going to be amazing. Again, crime that it's in the 8. This is going to be this is literally just Dan Hooker, Dustin Poirier-esque. Not in terms of the style, but like, this is going to just be an absolute heat. This is going to be better than the Haqparast fight, I reckon. Unless he just gets Brenner out of there early if Brenner's chin's cooked. But Brenner's tough. They're both tough. They both put all their points into chin and just volume. So this fight's going to be sick. Anyway, and Brenner gave a decent fight to Orolbai as well. So he's not completely shit. Joel Alvarez just smoked him because Alvarez is just that guy. But anyway, let's move on. Next up, we got Mateusz Rambeski versus Chris Duncan. Also on that same card again. We've got we've got Esteban Ribovic coming off a Fight of the Year contender, my Fight of the Year against Daniel Zellhuber. It was a better fight than Gaethje Holloway, my bad. I was fucking recording this shit at 2 a.m. If you take away the finish from Gaethje Poirier, it's nowhere close to Fight of the Year. The finish is the only thing that like puts it in the conversation. But Ribovic Zellhuber, Fight of the Year contender. And then you also got fucking Rebecki versus Orolbai, Fight of the Year contender. What do we do with literally 2 of the top 3 best fights of the year? Fighters that were involved? Yeah, listen kid, put them in the fucking Apex. No one can see these guys. Like, what are we doing? This is pissing me off. This could have been on the Paris card. Poland versus Scotland. Paris card, please. What? Like, fucking mental logic, UFC, think. Like, I'm sorry, what are we doing? Like, the Paris card has some dumb shit, like fucking Puja Tomar's probably on there, I don't know. Like, Shauna Bannon's on there, like, or some shit like that. We don't need these dumbass, irrelevant bums. on these like arena cards. Like, am I wrong for just saying that Mateusz Raumbecki should be put in Europe? Should be fighting in Europe. Chris Duncan should be fighting in Europe. Like, no, Apex. What? It's just so dumb. I need to do a video about like UFC, not just like the actual matchups, but like locations, just card order, basic fucking decisions that's just pissing me off. Because they're actually harming the fucking company. Because you're gonna get 2 sick fights that no one's gonna talk about. They're not gonna be on ESPN. They're not gonna be on. Like, look how much attention Van vs Royval got. Imagine if that was an Apex main event. Just saying. It would have been just as good of a fight. Guarantee you wouldn't have gotten the same buzz, the same attention. Josh Van wouldn't have gained the same amount of followers, wouldn't have gotten the face-off with Pantoja. Card positioning, fight placement, like on different cards, fight location matters. And if you're putting Fight of the Year in the fucking Apex, it's not going to be Fight of the Year. Like, that's just the case. Like, name the last Fight of the Year that came out of the Apex. Did Poirier versus Dan win Fight of the Year? But that was when all the fights were in the Apex. It's like, name me... and they never even make the top 5. They never even make the top 5. Like, you look at the Fight of the Year list, they'll put fucking DDP Strickland 2 over fucking some shit like Graham versus Brenner. I know it was wrong, different years, I think, but like, they'll put some shit like that, and it's like, what the fuck are we... Just because no one's watching it, because it's in the fucking Apex. It's pissing me off. Anyway, let's move on. Next up, I'm skimming through this shit. I don't care about the sport above 155. Like, genuinely. I care about, like, 5 fucking fighters outside the... Like, I couldn't care less. About, like... This should show the depth of these divisions. I care more about, like, half of these unranked lightweight fights than I do about, like, ranked light heavyweight fights. Like, that's just the case. But Carlos Leal Muslim Salikov, again, this is like one of the better welterweight fights on the books right now. And again, don't come at me with like Neil Prates. We all know about that. Everyone knows about CP. Everyone's in the room, everyone's in tune with CP. I don't need to inform you guys about CP, you know. CP's already on lock. You guys know, you guys are familiar. But yeah, this is a good fight. Carlos Leal's gonna kill someone again. No, but he got robbed against Renat in Abu Dhabi. So watch him just 30-24 Salikov and then lose a split decision. Anyway, though, let's move on. Next up, Andreas Gustafsson versus Renat for Kretinov. This is a good fight, and also great because we're not putting Renat in Abu Dhabi again. We can rob someone. That being said, he'll probably still rob him, but I think this is a really good fight, and it's stylistically really interesting because like my whole intrigue of this fight is just like cardio. Because Renat always gasses, and Andreas Gustafsson's entire game is fuck technique. I'm just going to gas you out and just drown you in the clinch. So I hope he beats Renat. It would be very funny. But yeah, this is a good fight, I guess. Welterweight. I'm trying to think what other good welterweight fights are there. There's not many. Let me know if I missed one, but I genuinely don't care. Like, I know off rip, I can name you, like, every fucking lightweight that's booked right now. Like, Balaj Yoki Mason Jones is happening on the Paris card. Like, there's so many, like, good lightweight fights. Lightweight, featherweight, like, there's so many good shit. I can't fucking name you half these welterweights that are probably booked. Like, Magny versus Dos Santos Zaleski's happening in, like, 2 weeks. Like, we don't care. Anyway, though, let's move on. Middleweight. This is the one fucking fight. Like, this is literally the only unranked fight above 155 that I, like, give somewhat of a fuck about. Because it's Azamat Bakoev. This is my guy. This is my boy. He's in the channel banner. You know, I've been keeping you guys updated with the Bakoev tweets. Hopefully, we get a new batch of Bakoev tweets in the lead up to the Finney fight. You know, on fight week and after he wins, obviously, by first round brutal knockout. We will be all hate watching Taurus Finney. This is the second fight on the card as well. I'm sorry. This is what I mean. This is what I mean with, like, card placement, like, fight placement matters. Like, what are we doing? I know it's like, oh, maybe they want to fight with interest on... But, like, this is fucking co-main event, bro. Like, if I'm ordering this card... I would do it. I main event Albazi Tyra, obviously. This would be the co-main in my books. Feature fight Brenner Rebovich. Duncan before that. You can put whatever the fuck you want. And then open up the main card with the Vallejos. And then I don't care about the rest of it. There are some good fights. Bashi's on there. Rinya Nakamura's on there. Etc. Fucking Nora Cornell versus Carol Rosa's on there. They're going to have fucking scissor each other and see who squirts first. I don't know. But, yeah, why is this shit on the second fight of the fucking card? Like, I don't know. Anyway, let's move on though. I know about you guys know about this fight. Like, I'm kind of cheating. This is like the most known unranked. This is like the most hyped unranked. The build up to this was crazy because like they fought relatively soonish, I guess, like together, and then Bakoa fucking killed Ryan Loader, who lay on Valentin and finished him with soft elbows that could have easily not been stopped, but fake stoppage, but. Bakoev just seems to, and he seems just really keen on killing all the people that beat Valentin, so I support that. He might have to go for Gautier next. That might be, well, I think we will stay away from that one, Azamat, for now. Just let him do it. Actually, maybe get him now before he gets good, But there's no risk. We don't want to see Bakoev get chinned. That will be very sad. But he's gonna sleep Torres Finney. Let's move on though to the next fight. Anyway, next up, Michel Pereira, Marco Tulio. I like Tulio. Tulio and Bakoev are like two of the only fighters that I give a fuck about above. Like, I don't care about really any unranked fighters. Like, Gustafson's cool, but I don't really care. But, like, unranked fighters, like, that I'm invested in it. Like, I got lots at flyweight. Like, I got Ochoa. I know Van's not unranked anymore. He's fucking #1 contender. But, like, I'm invested in Ochoa. I'm invested in Andre Lima. Bantamweight. I got Oliveira. I still like Nakamura. I like Blackshear. Featherweight, Vallejos, Delgado, all these guys. Lightweight, Ziam, Rufi, Alvarez, all these guys, right? Welterweight, I guess I got, like, Gustafsson, I guess. And there's probably someone I'm missing. Middleweight, though, like, we got Bakoev. We got Tulio, Gautier is cool as well. So middleweight's kind of got a few prospects coming through. And yeah, he's going to kill Michel Pereira. Michel Pereira actually just sucks. Like, that's what I've learned. I dumbly fucking went against my instincts and picked him to beat Abbas, just vibe. So I was like, Abbas is going to win. Like, but I was like, oh, fuck, I'll pick Pereira. And he lost because he looked shit and had 1 minute. He had worse cardio than... Because at least Fluffy, he, like, had a moment where, like, oh, we might finish him. He didn't have a moment against Magomedov, like, oh, we might finish him. He just looked shit and just tired the whole time. Anyway, let's move on. Next up, Sultan Ruziboev versus Brian Battle. This is a good fight. I don't like Brian Battle particularly. Like, I hated how he, like, the Giuseppe thing was cool and he gained fans, and then immediately he just has to go out there, miss weight by 5 pounds, act like he won on the mic, talk his shit when he's just won a robbery split decision over Randy Brown. So right now Brian Battle's in the bad books, he's in the naughty corner, you could say. He's on the naughty list. If you guys out there sleeps for Ruziboev, you can be back, but they've sent him up to middleweight because clearly the UFC's like, I think that should be a mandatory thing. If you miss weight by more than I'll say 3, if you miss weight by more than 3 pounds, no warning, you're gone. I think there should be a 1 warning and then done in terms of weight misses overall. And again, yes, Joel Alvarez is included in this. He should have been up at 170 a long time ago. But like, this is it's actually a fucking disgrace for you to show up and miss weight by 5 pounds. Like, if you miss, like, 5 is like, 5 should be a fucking 50% of your, 5 pounds or more should be 50% of your purse, plus you immediately have to, I say 50% of your total purse. Fuck show money. If you win via missing weight by 5 pounds, like, fuck that. Get out of here. You can still be eligible for the bonus. You can take the whole money from the bonus. But, like, it's actually just, we need to deter weight misses. So I think, like, 3 strikes and you're out in terms of small ones. Like, if you miss weight by a pound 3 times, yep, move up, kid. If you miss weight by, I say, like, 3 pounds, 2, if it's 3 pounds or more, I say 2. And then if you miss weight by 5 pounds, you're gone. Up, out, fucking, if you miss weight by more than 5, out the sport, honestly. Like, genuinely out the sport. Like, get out. You're not professional. I don't care. It's like, oh, but they're having to cut weight, they're draining themselves. Well, yeah, fucking don't then. Move up. So yeah, Brian Battle, you need to win this fight dominantly, because otherwise, if he fucking loses this shit and then goes back to welterweight, like, Bedtime was calling this motherfucker a contender. Bedtime was acting like this dude's a prospect of welterweight. This motherfucker was the one dominant win of Renat's career, apart from sleeping Kevin fucking Lee. Renat has only looked good against one person in the UFC other than Kevin Lee, and it was Brian fucking Battle. And Bedtime's acting like this dude's a prospect. This kid's a bum, missed weight. Honestly, I hope he loses anyway. Let's move on, though, to the next fighter. fight. Light heavyweight, again, I'm just cheating because light heavyweight sucks. Bogdan Guskov, Nikita Krylov. I'm not even talking about it. We'll move on. Fucking Branson Ribeiro, Umar Sai. This should show you the fucking state of light heavyweight. Can we get some fights booked here, please? Like, the only other option I physically have is Paul Craig versus Modestas Bukauskas, which is happening on the Paris card, I'm pretty sure. And the only other option is Diar Nurgachev versus Uran Satibaldiev. None of you guys know who the fuck I just said. No one knows who I'm talking about except for fucking me. Because both of these guys have had one fight in the UFC. They both lost their debut. Uran lost his debut to fucking Martin Badai on short notice and then moved back down because he's a light heavy, because he was outweighed by like 30 pounds. And then Diar Nurgachev is a disgrace. He missed weight by fucking 5 pounds and still got subbed by Branson Ribeiro. So that's my case in point. If you, okay, maybe it's like, if it's like weight class like light heavyweight, well, still, I don't fucking care, move up. Like, genuinely, if you're that unprofessional to miss weight at light heavyweight, that's a disgrace. Like, get out. Like, just leave. But yeah, this division sucks. So, anyway, let's move on. Next up, Mario Pinto, Janata Deniz. This is, like, the only somewhat, like, fun heavyweight fight, outside of, like, we just got Almeida Volkov booked. That's not low-key, so I can't put that on. But yeah, we just had a few heavyweight fights happen. You know, last weekend we just had Lewis versus Teixeira, Petrino versus Lane, Walker versus Nzedjiku. So we just had 3. We've just, and Tafa light heavyweight, but never mind. So we've just had 3 heavyweight fights. We've just had about a quarter of the division fight, guys. So you know, heavyweight needs to cool off. It's on fire. Get the fucking extinguishers. This shit's too hot. We got to cool it down a bit, you know, slow the division down. You know, we just had 6 of its fucking 8. We just had a third of heavyweight. I'm not even joking. 6 heavyweights just fought. Like, am I wrong in saying that's literally a quarter of the division? Because I'm not. It is. At worst, it's a fifth. We just had a fifth of we just had a fifth of the whole fucking division fight in one night, and there were 3 fights. It's not like there were 6 fights. This was not a heavyweight all-star card. There were fucking 3 fights, and that's literally a fifth of the division. Anyway, heavyweight. Yeah, Janata Deniz, Mario Pinto, I guess, is good. Deniz just won, like, 2 weeks ago, against Alvin Goonsey Hines. And Pinto fucking slept Austin Lane, but Pinto got dropped by Austin Lane, so he might low-key be shit, so I don't know. I'll have to kind of, like, contemplate whether that was debut, like, nerves and he'll look way better here, or if he's just mid, because getting dropped by Austin Lane is actually inexcusable. Like, Justin Tafa had a flawless performance against Austin Lane. If you can't do that and you're worse than Justin Tafa, that's an embarrassment. Anyway, though, let's move on to the next fight. Next up, you can kind of lump this in with Daliha versus Tybura. Marcus Buchecha versus Martin Badai is taking place next weekend. There's a good chance Badai just wins because Buchecha is fucking kind of mid. He's got really good jiu-jitsu, but, like, he might just be shit and just have no stand-up, which is what I would assume. Never watched this man fight in my life. I'm just going to act like I know. I'm going to act like I know this dude. He was one FC guy grappler. He's like 5-1. He's lost. That's the thing. So, like, if you lose as a guy with only grappling in your game, that's kind of tough. Like, I need to see you be absolutely flawless if you're running a pure grappling. I think his one loss was to Rug, who did just beat Malakin by contentious decision. So maybe that's not a terrible loss to beat. Rug is kind of a physical specimen. Not specimen, but like physical dude. I can understand a loss to him. Badai's a fat fuck, so I'm just going to pick the dude in shape. So yeah, I'll be picking Buchecha via no other reason than he has abs and Badai doesn't. But he's ranked. Imagine telling someone who's never seen UFC, imagine telling like an NBA fan who's watching like the draft combine or some shit and just being like, hey, yeah, you know, these guys, they'd probably be like heavyweights in the UFC, you know, and then be like, oh, you know, those big jacked guys, and it's like, nah, bro. And you show, oh, who are the heavyweights in the UFC? Show him a picture of fucking Martin Badai with his fucking belly sagging over his belt line. Like, these guys are a disgrace. But yeah, Daliha Tybura is happening as well. My only reason I'm not as excited about that, even though it is kind of a higher level in terms of Tybura is better than, both of them are better than their respective opponents. It's kind of just like, so maybe that is more anticipated, but it's kind of like Daliha, we've seen his thing. We've seen him, he's not even some prospect, he's not even a champion. Like, he's just a dude who's just kind of had a mid-ass career, and like not mid, but like he's won and lost a few in fucking PFL or Bellator or whatever. Like he's not some undefeated dude coming over. He's not like Riz Van Kuniev even, where he's like, I need to do a video once, like see some of these debuts. Once Buchecha and Daliha debut, I'm gonna do a ranking of all the outside the UFC guys coming in. I want to see Pico as well, but we're not gonna. Oh, we'll get him at 319. So after that, after UFC Paris, I'm gonna do that video. Anyway, though, that will do it, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments. Those are 20 of my most anticipated fights. Again, if I was ranking just the 20 most, I would not have anything above 185. There would be no 205 or heavyweight, and I would just load up on flyweight or bantamweight or featherweight, lightweight fights. But yeah, anyway guys, thank you, like, subscribe, all that shit. Tomorrow I'll be posting round 2 of the YouTuber bracket. So yeah, goodbye.